Now it is my pleasure to introduce Eugene D. McGurk, Jr., Esquire, who will be presenting our commencement speaker. Mr. McGurk is a partner at the Philadelphia law firm of Raines McCarty and is secretary of the Widener University Board of Trustees and chair of the Law School Board of Overseers. Mr. McGurk is a graduate of LaSalle University and a 1978 summa cum laude graduate of the Delaware Law School of Widener University. We are pleased to welcome Mr. McGurk to the commencement ceremonies today. Mr. McGurk.
Greetings, President Harris, Dean Meadows, Glen Gilmore. Widener University School of Law welcomes you to today's commencement ceremony. Before you were a successful attorney, educator, and businessman, you grew up in the one-factory town of Manville, New Jersey, the youngest of 4 children. Your mother, Carol, a homemaker, and your father, Paul, an insurance agent, instilled in you the core values of honesty, hard work, and respect for others. You were the first in your family to graduate college, earning your undergraduate degree from Rutgers University, before going on to get a JD from Widener's Harrisburg campus. You received your degree on this very stage in 1992. You got your first taste of elected office in law school when you became the campus inaugural Student Bar Association president. You were named the outstanding advocate of your graduating class and went on to clerk in the New Jersey Supreme Court. From there, you became a municipal prosecutor in South Brunswick. 7 years after your commencement, you made your first bid at public office and became mayor of Hamilton, New Jersey, the Garden State's 8th largest city. You demonstrated great leadership in the face of a 2001 anthrax attack at a regional postal facility there, prompting the New York Times to name you a national hero. You also chaired the New Jersey League of Municipalities Economic Development Task Force. Today, your career serves as an outstanding example of the flexibility of a law degree provides and the value it adds for an ambitious professional. You are a digital marketing and social media strategist. You train members of the Fortune 500 in addition to teaching MBA executive courses in crisis communication, emerging technologies, and global social media law at Rutgers School of Business. As an adjunct instructor at Texas A&M University, you have helped develop and deliver crisis leadership training. You have completed executive programs at Harvard University, Kennedy School of Government, and authored Social Media Law for Business. Time magazine called you a man of action, and the Huffington Post referred to you as a tweeter powerhouse. With your 300,000 plus followers, you've twice been named to Forbes' 20 social media influence list. We honor you today as a thoughtful and determined man who, as husband to Rosa and father to Ariana, embodies the American dream of education, career, and family. We recognize you for giving back to the school that helped prepare you for success by sharing your words of wisdom here today. For these and many other reasons, Glen Gilmore, Widener University School of Law is pleased to award you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Mr. Gilmore.
Under the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the trustees of Widener University, I confer upon you, Glen D. Gilmore, the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and immunities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. McGurk, thank you for your kind introduction. President Harris, Provost, Dean Meadows, distinguished guests, families, friends, class of 2015. All of you today should be proud of this day because all of you have had a part in this day. As your valedictorian said, it's been your families, it's been your friends, It's been so many people who have helped you get to this day, and before this day, to this law school. As you go throughout your careers, I would hope that you always keep in mind the fact that so many other people helped you achieve your dreams, because it is in that remembering, it is in that gratitude that you will be better in your determination to do good and to do important things. I commend Widener University for its devotion to civic leadership, and I found it interesting to read a Facebook post on the Widener Facebook page, which I'm proud to read, and it says, "We cultivate leadership and civic engagement in our students. We contribute to the well-being of the community we serve." I commend the class of 2015 for its leadership and service in the creation of the Environmental Law and Sustainability Initiative, an initiative that I hope you will find inspiring for the rest of your careers in law, because it is in the service of others that we as lawyers have the greatest ability to help our community. Likewise, the Harrisburg Civil Law Clinic and the Volunteers for the Arts initiatives that have helped citizens in the surrounding community. Today, I would like to talk to you about magic. The magic of being a lawyer. When I was a kid, I always had this sense that lawyers were magicians, because when I was in the company of lawyers, adults acted kind of funny. They would stiffen up, and they would begin to whisper. And ultimately, as if by way of explanation, someone would say, "Well, he's a lawyer," or "She's a lawyer," as if that explained everything. There was a kind of reverence that attaches to medical doctors, that in some way, somehow, they can work magic. The older I've gotten, the more I've practiced law, the more I've recognized the correctness of my assessment as a child. Lawyers really can work some magic. And you'll see this early on in your careers as attorneys. And one of the first moments in which your powers of performing magic will be tested, and this will happen. It will happen on a night in which you have planned to do something special with that someone special. And then your phone's going to ring. And when it does, you listen to the call. It'll be from a very dear friend who's in a very serious problem. And when you get off the phone, you'll have to tell your significant other, that special person, plans have changed. I've got to go. The explanation that you can only give is, "Honey, I'm a lawyer. I got to go." Client confidentiality, your friend's dilemma, will prevent you from saying anything more to that special someone in your life by way of explanation of why your evening has just been ruined. You'll get in your car and you'll head to your friend, wondering what you'll do, thinking pretty sure that there's not going to be much of anything you're going to be able to do, except perhaps comfort a friend. But when you get there, something very special will happen. You will work magic. You will work magic. You will not get paid for that night. A little bit later, or perhaps before, a family member will pull you aside. They'll want to whisper too. And they'll say, "I've got a situation, and I wonder if you can help me with it." Work a little magic that you lawyers can work. Your explanation that this is not the sort of law you practice will be utterly meaningless, because you will find yourself practicing this area of the law. And once again, you will surprise yourself, perhaps your family member as well, and you will work some magic. Again, not getting paid for that time, but working some magic. But the most important magic that you'll work as a lawyer will be for strangers, people you don't know. They're the ones that you've been tasked with helping above all others, really, when you think about it. About 2 years ago, I had a woman come see me. I'm a solo practitioner. I worked with a large firm in the past, but have been a solo practitioner for a few years now. And she wanted to see me because she didn't know where else to turn, and she needed to talk to me, and so I said, of course you can come and see me. But I didn't think that I would be able to do anything at all for her, because she had already gone to a very big law firm, and they told her that, yes, the passing of her husband was a tragedy, but there was no case. Now, who was I to think that I could work magic when a big law firm could not? I would urge you, as you go through your legal careers, to never leave the assessment of a case to anyone else. Don't abdicate that to anyone else. And always understand that it is your obligation as a lawyer to do your best to always work some magic. Fast forward to 2 years later, there is consensus that that case that was not a case is certainly worth 7 figures. We work magic when we put our effort into it. And we put our effort into it with the benefit of an incredible education from Widener University School of Law that allows us to do great things. There will be a time in the future in which you may no longer practice law, that you may decide to do something else, to become a full-time entrepreneur or a public servant. There was a point in which I was working for a law firm of about 100 lawyers, and I went into the office of the managing partner, and I said to him, I've decided I want to run for mayor of Hamilton. It's a full-time job. I'll need to leave the law firm. And he said, without missing a beat, Glenn, stay with us. You'll make a lot more money. He was probably right. But I don't regret the fact that I ran for and was elected to public office and served 8 years as mayor of Hamilton in New Jersey. And there is no question in my mind that very often, pretty much every day, I benefited from the education I received from Widener University School of Law. So whatever you do, wherever you go, I assure you that your education will help you in many, many different ways. Right now I find myself in this peculiar position of being a social media strategist. I just recently wrote a book about social media law. It's really not, however, the subject of social media law that I get excited about when I think about social media as a topic. What excites me about social media, what inspires me about social media, is the ability of it to connect us all with each other, to cross all kinds of boundaries. And as you think about it, in life, the real magic is our ability to connect with each other, our ability to help each other, our ability to inspire each other, our ability to love each other. My ask of you today is very simple, that you never forget those, as your valedictorian said, who helped you get to this day, who helped you meet this dream. And that you always, wherever you find yourself, do your best to work some magic. Thank you.